Hey you, this is Kyle and welcome to one more new video here at the Money Project. Today I'm going to be doing a really brief basic guide of what is Bitcoin, what is this technology and how does it works. I'm a person who works in the crypto niche since 2019 and I've been studying a lot of it since that point. And I'm a completely Bitcoin fan and I'm a Bitcoin defensor. I'm a person who really likes to talk about it. So I'm going to be trying to be as simple as possible also in my language so anyone can understand it from the basic point, okay? Actually, before we start, I need to remember to please subscribe, click on the bell because this is something really important for the channel and also for that YouTube can understand what kind of content you like. If you click here on the subscribe and also on the like button, YouTube is gonna understand that you like finance, you like crypto niche, you wanna learn more about investment and everything, and then it will start to recommend to you more videos about it, okay? So this is the deal, please subscribe and also share this video with your friends, you know, maybe your father, your mother, anyone who have any question about what is Bitcoin, someone who doesn't know it yet, okay? So let's go. I'm gonna be using here a really simple language, so I'm not gonna go into details of terms that we use into the Bitcoin, the crypto niche. I'm gonna be trying to be really simple in my language so anyone can understand it, okay? This is something really important. So even if you are at point zero now, I'm sure that at the end of this video, you're gonna learn the concept of it. You're gonna really understand how it works, the reason why it was created also, okay? So this is the deal. So please stay up to the end of this video. And understand also that you can do trades with Bitcoin. You can use it just to generate some small profits into your whole portfolio. And this is also a legitimate way to use it. You can do trades, but this is not the specific focus that I'm going to be covering today. Maybe we can do something for this in the next session, but not now. Personally, I do not use Bitcoin to do trades, but if you do, no problem. I'm a person who really believes in the difference that's gonna make in long term, like how this is already revolutionizing payment system itself and also revolutionizing the safe haven asset classes, like assets that you can hold just to protect your portfolio against for example, inflation. That is the main idea that Bitcoin was created for. So this is something really important. Bitcoin is the best product that I know, at least in my point of view, to protect against inflation now. And the first word that I want to introduce here today is the word cryptocurrency. As the name says itself, let's split it and let's work first with the word currency. A currency, for example, is dollar or euro or any other currency, other fiat that you know. And it remembers money, that means money. And in the word cryptocurrency, the other part that we split it is crypto, that remembers digital. So put in simple words, cryptocurrency, really simple, okay? It's digital money. Nothing more than this, only a money that you can transact only digital. And the cool part of it is that you're not gonna never ever see a Bitcoin in a coin, like a printed coin, a printed paper, because this doesn't make sense, because this is digital, as the name says by itself, because it's cryptocurrency, okay? Yeah, I know that I'm putting some emphasis on it, but it's so you can really understand, and this is a really important concept. But then you ask, Kyle, so I'm not gonna be able to use this money to buy in a physical store, only to buy online, only to buy on digital? And I need to say to you that no, you are able to buy anything using Bitcoin, including in physical stores. But there are some differences that are going to be working later on this video, okay? And now that you know what a cryptocurrency is, I need to present to you the concept of Bitcoin that actually was written about the founder of Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto, okay? I'm gonna read it so I do not make any mistakes on it. Basically, a peer-to-peer version of electronic cash would allow online payments to be sent directly from one party to another without going through a financial institution. And this was written by Satoshi Nakamoto. And who is Satoshi Nakamoto? Everything that we know about this person is that is the creator of Bitcoin, but we have no idea if this is actually a person, if this is a man, a woman, if this is a company, a group of colleagues. We have no idea. So anyone that you heard out there saying, hey, I'm Satoshi Nakamoto, probably this person is lying, because we have no idea who really is Satoshi Nakamoto, okay? Also, there's this guy here that you can see that usually he's used as the image for Satoshi Nakamoto, but he's not Satoshi Nakamoto. Actually, it began with a meme, so you can look for it later if you want, okay? And if we go back to the concept, we have here the word peer-to-peer. Basically, this is the computer network architecture that allows that the client and the server are both can work directly one with other. So they do not need a central part on it. They do not need someone, for example, a central bank to regulate and to control the way that the transactions are going to work. And this is what I mean when he also says here at the end of the concept, when he says that would allow payments to be sent directly from one party to another without going through a financial institution. So this is basically the concept behind this peer-to-peer. It's really simple, no secret of it, okay? But here usually people ask how they can trust in a Bitcoin transaction if there is not a mid part on it, if there's not a financial institution to control and regulate it. Well, from this point comes a really important concept and then a really huge technology that came with Bitcoin, that is the blockchain. And to make it really easy to understand what is the Bitcoin, how does it work, I need to put first an example of the real world that we are more used to, okay? When you go to a store and you buy donuts and you use your debit card to pay for it, the bank that allows you to use that debit card need to have a big structure to validate that specific transaction. So the bank, they will have people working on it. They had a lot of programmers to program something. So this is gonna really validate your transaction, and this is not gonna allow that, for example, you pay twice for the same thing. So this is everything that the debit card does in that instant of time. And as Bitcoin is peer-to-peer, as we told before, how does we can guarantee that without this bank, we're gonna have the correct transaction? Well, the deal is with the blockchain, because every transaction needs to be registered on the blockchain. But Kyle, what the heck is blockchain? Blockchain is basically a digital record of that transaction that is built in blocks. And inside those blocks, there are all the information that you need to have about that specific transaction. So those blocks are built into 10-minute space. So all those transactions that are made into those 10 minutes are saved in one block and go to this chain of blocks, okay? So then we have the blockchain. Imagine that is exactly like this. Here we have a block of 10 minutes for one transaction, and then it closes, and then comes another block of transaction that also have 10 minutes of transactions inside it, and then it closes, and it also refers to the previous blocks. So that means they're gonna have a block here, and this block's gonna make reference to the previous blocks, okay? So it's really gonna be working together as a chain, and with that you build this blockchain that's something completely secure, and I'll explain you why. When you send an ordered transaction, multiple computers on the system try to solve a math problem so that transaction is gonna fit to the blockchain requirements. And from this idea of solving this math problem comes the concept of mining that is extremely important to Bitcoin. Without mining, Bitcoin wouldn't work. The thing is that it's not easy to solve those math problems to fit this blockchain. Actually, you need a huge computer system. You need a lot of energy to do it. So why would someone put so much effort and so much time to solve this thing, to solve this math problem and do this mining? Well, Satoshi thought about it. The concept here is for every block mined, you're gonna have more Bitcoins going into the system. But up to this point, those people, those miners, they are not yet interested because they are not getting anything to their work. And what Satoshi did was to allow them to get some prizes for those mining process. So they get a small part of Bitcoin for each block that is transactioned into the market. So every time that they solve a math problem, they get a small part of Bitcoin. And with time, with a big number of math problems solved, they will get a lot of Bitcoins. And this is the deal. This is how they are really paid up to this point. But if you understand a little bit of inflation, a little bit of economic, how the system really works, you're gonna see that if every time that a block is mined, they put more Bitcoins into the system, this will generate inflation. The same way, the same thing that Bitcoin came for to solve, that is actually to solve the inflation problem generated by printed money. That is what Fed is actually doing right at now, at this moment. This is what they are doing. So what Satoshi did was really to limit the number of Bitcoins that's gonna ever exist. So that means that it's not gonna mine new Bitcoins forever and put this on the system forever, because this will generate this problem of the inflation. So this is something really smart to do. He just limited the number of Bitcoins. And after this point, I'm not gonna get into details of it, but after this process that we're not gonna have any new Bitcoins putting into the system, the main way that those miners are gonna be paid is through the fees that you're gonna wanna pay if you want your transaction to be done first. So if you wanna buy Bitcoins, if you wanna send the Bitcoin from one wallet to another wallet, basically, as the name says itself, is just the place that you hold your Bitcoin, the place that you put your Bitcoin into a safe place, okay? Basically, you're gonna pay more fees if you want that your transaction is gonna be made first. So if you wanna have a fast transaction, then you're gonna pay a little more fees for those miners, and with that, they're gonna give preference to your transaction. If you do not want to hurry up with your transaction, no problem. You're just gonna pay standard fees that are really, really low and really, really cheap, okay? So the way that Satoshi found also to help those miners to put more effort to develop better systems, to put more energy on it, is due to the halving process. With time, while you grow the community and while the numbers of Bitcoin available for mine goes down, you as a miner are going to receive less per block transaction. And that means that you're going to need to, each time that you do a transaction, you solve a math problem, you're going to be receiving less, and you're going to have more computers into the system. And with that, you're going to need to invest more money into your computers, invest more money into the energy that you put into this process. And this is really smart, because when you do not have any new extra Bitcoins to be put into the system, only are going to be alive the best miners, only the fastest, those people who put more money, who invest more money into the technology. And with this idea of putting really great people to do their work, comes a new concept that it's also really important into the Bitcoin and blockchain ecosystem. That is actually the proof of work, POW. This proof of work is basically the way that you're going to be able to prove that you put your time and effort to solve that math problem. And the best way that I have ever heard of to understand this proof of work in a really simple and generalistic way, okay? I'm not going into details of it with you, but it's just to compare this to a Sudoku. When you have a complex Sudoku, it's really hard to solve it. You really need to put a lot of effort, a lot of work, but it's really simple to someone to check if you really did that, if you really did the work, if you really did it correctly. It's simple because you're only going to need to match the numbers that you have there in Sudoku, and if it's correct, good, okay, already passes, you did it correctly. But if it's not, well, you need to do it again. There's no secret behind it. And this is the same for blockchain. There's the idea of proof of works that go to the blockchain. So it's going to be really easy to check if the math problem that miner solved it's correct or not. And this whole structure, since you requested your transaction, is something really cool and really secure, because you have inside this the mining process. They need to solve the math problem, okay? You also have the proof of work, and all of those informations go into the block. So you have it in those blocks, and you can access those blocks to check if this was correct or not. So it's something really simple and really secure due to the blockchain, okay? This is something really cool that you need to understand, that those concepts, they need to rise together, Bitcoin and blockchain. And to guarantee even more that you are protected when you're using blockchain, a block make reference to the previous blocks. That means if we have the block number 10, it's making reference to the block number 9, and this one is making reference to the block number 8, and here it goes as a chain. And the cool thing about it is if someone want to corrupt it, if someone want to even have the chance to corrupt it, this person will need to go to the block number 1, there at the beginning of it, you know, and really corrupt it somehow, or really they could find something, decrypt, but it's something like really hard, because this person will need to go from block 1 up to the block that we are now, and then probably it's also going to need to compete for the next block. So it's something really hard to corrupt, really hard to take advantage of this blockchain and maybe stole those bitcoins. So due to this fact that this is so secure for you to use also as a payment system and also as a safe haven asset. And I'm a person who believes a lot in the revolution that Bitcoin did and is doing in the payment system and also as a safe haven asset. But what blockchain is doing, guys, is something completely crazy, and you really need to understand this technology. I'm not the best person to talk about the technology itself. I have a lot of other channels here that go deeply into the subject, but you really need to understand what blockchain technology is doing. So I really would recommend you to look for it, to find for this in another channel. And also, if you want me to do an introductory video to blockchain, let me know, okay? So I really hope that you understood what Bitcoin is, how does it works, and how it was really built, what is the system behind it. And I really would like to get the feedback from you about this video. So tell me here in the comments if you think that you understand now how the process works, or how's the mining process and everything, not in details obviously, but the idea of it. And if you like it, just share this with your friends, okay? Share this with your father, with your mother, with your grandmother, with everyone that you know. So this video is really to introduce those people to Bitcoin, okay? So yeah, guys, please, if you have any doubt, write down here below. I really appreciate the time that you're spending here with me. And if you have any other question about investment, I'll be really happy to help you. Okay, so thank you, guys. See you next video. Oh, also follow me on Instagram and also on my Telegram group. Okay, so bye bye. Links on the description. Bye bye.